should load up in just a second. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, so now it's recording. So after this is done, later on this afternoon, I'll probably send you an email with this information on there.
Okay.
And this is just going to be the recorded session. It'll be through YouTube. That's the easiest way that I've found to do it. So do you mind telling me which course is it that we're kind of going over?
If you scroll downward, the gray area, that
Yep.
Med 12140, the Med 12141,
Okay.
and then the OST 14940.
Okay. So all three of those are all three of those the same text?
No.
Or is it just the Med 121s?
The Med 121.
Okay. Okay.
And then actually, my supplemental is the Med 121 at the very bottom. So I would only put up because I provide everything in class for them, but a lot of the handouts and stuff I just upload in the and that's it in the PowerPoint.
Okay. Well, so just to let you know, once we create, we can go ahead and create links for all three of the classes if you want. The only thing is once you create one, if you go in and make adjustments to the class, are you familiar with MindTap? Has Jason shown you MindTap before?
No, I haven't ever.
Okay, that's no big deal. We can go through it and we can adjust everything, do everything like that. But once we create it and you have it the way that you want, we can go ahead and establish all the links for them. And then once you're ready and you have everything complete, you can go back in and copy over that course, and all the dates and everything will filter in to those other courses. Does that make sense, what I'm saying?
Yeah, so just do one shell, and then if it's done, I mean, I can even have, I can just have Randall take out the one to duplicate it.
Sure, yeah, and it's honestly, it's not a big deal. So which one do you want to go with first? Do you want to do this 12140?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So, and it looks like, is this stuff that's just been filtered over from another class, it looks like?
That's our main template for all our courses. I just haven't uploaded the top or done any of that yet because I've been waiting for my... So down where it's like can't see it, topic
down
1,
here.
topic 2, that's where I would do each chapter.
Okay, yeah, so this is what I'll do. So we're going to go ahead and turn editing on, and we're going to go ahead and just establish the links, right? So, so we have to establish a master course. Typically, when I've gone through this with other instructors, we upload it to this main course information, and then we'll just hide it from the students. So that way the students are actually clicking on Chapter 1 homework assignment, and they're going to the Chapter 1 homework assignment. They don't have to navigate through the system or anything like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So what we'll do is, so to be honest, this is a little different than what I'm used to, but that's okay. So we're going to do an external tool. We're going to launch into a new window. And then we'll name it MindTap Master Course. And you can always change that if you need to.
Okay.
So in this is, and if you have any questions about what I'm doing, don't hesitate to stop me because I'll be more than happy to answer anything.
Okay.
What I'm doing, I don't know if Jason had sent you this email or you had gotten this email before. This is what we are using to establish the MindLink course. So if we copy that and we're just going to paste it in, we uncheck mark accept grades from tool. We're going to launch into a new window, and then we are going to save and return to the course. And we should be okay, and we should be able to click on this and log in. Okay, the provided consumer key was empty. Okay, so I'm wondering if you have to have the consumer key and shared secret in here, which shouldn't be a huge deal. I just need to call somebody really quick and get that for you. Can I put you on hold just for a second?
Yep,
Do you mind?
That's fine.
All right, hold on just a second. Haley, bear with me just another second, okay?
Okay, that's fine.
I'm really sorry about that. Hold on just a second.
Okay.
apologize. I'm sorry about that. We are in there now, and we can go ahead and get this registered. Do you know what your username and your password is for the Cengage site?
I don't even know.
I'm sure it's like HA. It would be the HA Will Hyde, I would imagine. Haley, you are. It's kind of quiet. I don't know if I'm on speaker or something like that.
Okay.
Sorry.
So you off. That's all right.
No,
I just
sorry
put it
about
on
that.
speaker so I could do a few things.
Yeah. No, I apologize. So I would imagine it's HA Will Hyde. If you don't know it, I can get that reset relatively quick.
Yeah, I don't.
Quicker than
There's
I just did.
probably no way.
I apologize. I'm going to have to put you on hold just for a second, but it will not take that long, okay?
Okay.
All right. Hold on. Sorry.
That's okay.
All right, Haley, we're good to go now. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Everything should run just fine now, I promise. So we're going to go ahead. We just logged in. I switched over. You won't have to log in to this again. Now, whenever you come into your Moodle course, if you just hit this master course, it's going to take you to the MindTap course. You won't have to log in or anything like that.
Okay.
Okay. So we can go ahead and create the new MindTap course. So this is going to be MED 141.
120.
Is that correct?
MED 121.
121. Sorry.
That's okay.
And then it's 40. Correct.
Yes.
All right. Cool. So do you know when the class actually starts?
Let me try and find a calendar. Let me run to the office real quick and get the calendar, okay?
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Okay, the first day of school is August 20th.
August 20th? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know when the course ends?
Let me have to get my email.
If you can always come back in and change this.
Okay. Well, I know I have a... Oh, here it is. Okay, the last day is the 16th of December.
The 16th? So,
yeah, but then we have exams the 18th and 21st, so I don't know if you need the 21st as the max day or the 16th.
Maybe we'll just put it as like the 28th, and well, we'll put it as like the 23rd, and that way students can still access the course that they want to, but everything's pretty much going to be shut down. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
So let's just go ahead and put the 23rd. Like I said, if you need to change those or if you want to change those, you can do that. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So from there, we're just going to go ahead and continue, and then our course is going to be created. So MindTap, and I don't know how much you know about it. I know you said that Jason hadn't really shown it to you yet, but MindTap is very customizable in the fact that you can import a lot of your own content. You can also maneuver things. You can hide things if you don't want your students to have.
So my students aren't going to navigate through Moodle. They're going to have to log into and get a MindTap username.
Nope. They do not have to do that at all. They will never have to go in and create a MindTap username because it is integrated. Basically, if they click on, which I'll show you how to do, but when they click on Chapter 1 homework assignments, it's going to take them directly to Chapter 1. They don't have to navigate through this system, or they do not have to log into another system. They do everything through Moodle.
Okay. So is their grade done through MindTap, or?
Yes. So any of these orange banners, these are actually the reading. Anything with these little book emblems, these are reading parts. Within these, they have. It looks like they have activities that they do. So if we kind of page through this, you can kind of see what I'm talking about.
Right.
So this is the terminology. So as they kind of go through, there's going to be videos and those sort of things. And then during the reading assignment, they'll have, if we go back really quick, we can click on the quick check, the spelling terms. So they're going to have these little assignments within the actual reading themselves. And these are going to be counting towards a grade.
So, like, the grade book's already done then. So everything within the chapters is set up right now that it's required and it's part of their grade.
That is absolutely correct.
Okay.
So everything right now is counting towards their grade, and then everything filters in to, do you see this little green emblem on the right side? Everything filters into this. Once you have students in the grade book, everything filters here.
So I'll
and
have
then,
to manually put them in once I get my roster?
So no, when they, as soon as they click onto the Chapter 1 homework or anything like that, their information filters over into the grade book, so you don't have to manually enter them in or anything like that.
Okay. I guess this is just so different because before, like my Moodle class, like where it said topic 1, it was like chapter 1, and I had a link, basically this stuff, and it was do this, here's the chapter assignment, upload it, and then module 2 I would open up. So this is just all flush, and they can like just go at their own pace then?
Yeah, absolutely.
All available?
So it is all of, like, default. The default way is everything is available all at once. If you notice, I went to this third view. So let's say you wanted all the Chapter 1 homework assignments to be due on a particular date. Let's say, so it starts the 20th. If you wanted them due that Friday, we can apply that. So if we said the 20th and then we apply it, now all the Chapter 1 homework assignments and everything is going to be due on the 28th. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So I don't know, typically in your class, do you have Chapter 1 available, and then as soon as Chapter 1 is due, then you have Chapter 2 available, or do you keep it open?
Well, I kind of have like a few open, but I've never, I mean, some instructors here, like, they're just like, everything's open. But I've just kind of like had a few, because then, especially initially, because my students just get so overwhelmed for the new ones, and they see all of it and they freak out. So I was like, as we get going, I can, but I don't know. This is all so new. I guess I didn't realize it was like this. So.
Is it, I mean, let me ask you this. Is this overwhelming to you, the way it looks?
No, not at all. It's just different.
Okay.
It's kind of exciting that I don't have to go through every single item. I would have to put a due date and upload it, and this is just it's all right here.
It is very easy to kind of go through and just change the dates if you need to, change the assignment due dates, those sort of things. One other thing, and I'll show you how to do this really quick. Do you see where it has, by these chapters, do you see where it has this little 3-dot button? So if we click on that and we copy the link, so let's try to copy the link again. It'll typically come up with a clipboard once this happens. So let me go ahead and refresh it really quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead for topic 1. If it's okay, can I go ahead and add Chapter 1 in here? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead, and this is going to be the basis for everything that you do. Anything that you're linking outside, like of MindTap and putting into Moodle, we do the same exact thing. So we do external tool, and then we're going to name it, do you want to name it like Chapter 1 homework assignments?
Yeah, that's fine.
We're going to want to launch into a new container or a new window. When we show more, I'm going to send these to you. This consumer key and shared secret, right now this has to be in here for each one. What I would recommend doing is when you create it on your end, if you create an assignment or link an assignment in, have these in there, but eventually you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to worry about that. It'll launch without it. But for now, we need to go ahead and keep those in. So I'll send those over to you. Or you can come back into the Chapter 1 homework or the MindTap Master course and copy those out of there.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
The only other thing that we're going to have to do is for privacy, we're going to uncheck mark accept grades from tool. Eventually, the grade books will sync, but right now that's not an option for us.
Okay.
So
well, that's my question. Like, where is the grade book in MindTap?
Yeah, so it's this little green progress app where it says progress. They should just have gradebook in all reality, but it is called progress. And then once, you can update your gradebook in Moodle we can export into a Moodle platform, and then you can either do it by percentage or points, export it. It goes into an Excel file that you can upload into Moodle.
Okay. Well, I guess like in my syllabus, I normally have like the points and the broken down, and so many assignments, so many tests,
Sure.
final. I guess I don't know how they have it, the default. Like, what's their breakdown, or what's their overview, or what's required
as
in chapter 1? Yeah, like I guess I just don't know.
So I think we can go over to overview.
Does the gradebook have like the headings for each assignment? Oh, like that.
Yep. So, and
Okay.
I think it's weird because it doesn't have due, score, submitted. I'm wondering if there is.
Okay.
These are chapter 1. So this is possible points. There's 24 points there. There's 9 points there.
So once they do it, it's automatically graded?
Yes.
So I don't have to grade anything at all?
I do. So I want to say no. I don't know if there's any essays pre-built in here. That would honestly be a question for Jason, but I can tell you, I would say 95% to 100% of the assignments are going to be automatically graded.
Okay, because they would do chapter 1 and they would type it up in a Word document, and I would go through every single student, and like there was nothing that I didn't grade other than a test, and that was just like default.
Well, I think this is going to make your life a whole lot easier.
Yeah, because I
mistaken.
graded every discussion board, so there's no discussion boards or group
there
activities.
There is not going to be a discussion board within MindTap. However, you can still set it up within Moodle, because a lot of instructors, when they did use an external tool outside of their Moodle course, they would say that the students are just going to MindTap and not even going through the Moodle course anymore. Luckily, with it being linked into the Moodle course, they're going to see if they have discussion board due, or they're going to see those sort of things all right there still.
So they always have to go into Moodle. They don't have access to go like...
They cannot go straight into MindTap. They have to go to Moodle Core first.
Okay.
So I think that's probably a good thing, to be honest.
Yeah. That's what I would want.
And did you see how I set these grades pretty easily? Did you see how not grades, I'm sorry, the due dates. Did you see how I did that?
Well, let me see. What did you click to actually change?
So if I click this and then I click one more, there's going to be a drop down here. Or I could click for the entire chapter.
Okay.
With the little check mark right next. I'm sure this is kind of small on your computer screen. But there's that little check mark next to chapter 2, and then all you have to do is set the due date. If you wanted to have this one due, September 11th.
That button was at the top.
You just click the little. Do you see that little calendar right there?
Yeah. Okay.
Click the little calendar, and then you can set your preference, whatever that is.
Okay.
So I don't know if you already have.
Within that module is the actual test too, right?
Yeah, so if you look, there's a homework assignment, a learning lab, and a test. Now, I can click on those if you want, and we can see what those are.
Okay. So you don't have to upload the test questions. Are they all random, or does everyone get the same test? Or
so for
like if I had two students sitting beside each other and they both click test, are they going to have the same question at the same time, be able to go back and take it together, or is it all randomized?
I would imagine that it is randomized. Now speaking on my end for our homework assignments, and once again, I covered the business and economics courses. It's typically it is pools of questions. So if there's 100 questions in the test bank for the test, students will get 50 questions. So and they'll be pulled randomly.
Okay, that's what I would want. I don't want them like the exact same and at the same time. Like I want.
Yeah, let me check something really quick.
Okay.
And I'm going to look at the Chapter 1 homework assignment or test, and it looks like use last one. So we can shuffle students, each student for each take, if you wanted to do that. Let me check one more thing.
Do you have to click each question then? Make it different?
No, I'm going to look at the assignment content. This is going to tell me how many questions are being pulled those sort of things. So it's 75 questions. So it looks like there are 75 questions. These are all out of the test bank itself. And it does look that each student would get the same right now. But what we can do is we can go into the Chapter 1 test. Do you see this Chapter 1 test here? We can edit assignment options.
Okay.
And then we can shuffle those questions.
Yeah, I'd have to do that.
So if you see there's that shuffle questions for each student intake, we'll want to check mark that and hit done. And now each student is going to get a different set of questions each time.
Is that for all the questions, or did you have to check that for each question?
No, that is for the test in general. So you don't have to do it for each question. So if we look at the assignment options for this one, it's probably going to be the same. And all we have to do is go ahead and hit shuffle questions for each student in each take. So right now, each student's getting 75 questions that are going to be shuffled randomly.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Am I going too fast, or is that okay?
Nope, you're good.
Okay, awesome. So if you want, I can just kind of go through and we can change some of these.
So if I get this all squared away like this, the mind tap and every setting like these, when I have Randall delete that, because it's two different courses, but we can't merge them together. They have to be separate with numbers now.
Sure.
We used to be able to have like 80 kids in one course, but now
sure.
I have to have the. So all this will copy over identical.
Yeah. So once you go through, you set all the dates. Let me do this really quick. I'm going to go ahead and set up. So just so I can show you really quick. So if I go to my courses, I'm going to go into the 41 really quick. So 121, 41. And I'm going to go ahead and set up the activity again. And we're going to do external tool. I'm going to say MindTap course.
So there'll be links then? Like what I do in one course, it'll update in the other course?
So it's not going to update. So that's one thing that you're going to have to do. So really quick, I'm going to just go ahead and put in this link, but I'm not going to create the course just so I can show you what we would need to click on. So that would be this. Launch URL, new window. And then save and return. Okay, when I click on this MindTap course, it's going to say create a new copy for my existing course. When we click this, it's going to open this up, right? So once we have this open, we can click on this, and it's going to say at the bottom, copy all activity dates from this course. Basically, that copies everything that you've done in that master course, right?
So
that's
much
why
better,
I said,
because now I had to do one whole course and do the exact same thing and do the whole double course. So basically, if I do one now again, they're both are gonna. It's easy.
And it's going to honestly, once you and I've had experience with this, once you create all the links and everything like that, you can have your IT administrator come in and copy over whatever you had and put it into your Moodle course, right? So
that's what we normally do. He just duplicates the shell and then we change the due date, so everything's kind of there.
Yep. So you do that exact same thing, and you don't have to worry about copying over the links or anything, because he can do that already. He just copies the links over. So once again, I'm going to try this Chapter 1 homework again. I don't know why it's not working, that copy link. I think it's honestly my computer. But if we copy link, there we go. So you see how it says copy text to clipboard? We can hit OK. And then under this Chapter 1 homework assignments, we're just going to paste that launch URL in. So the one that I just copied the link, and then we paste it into Chapter 1 homework assignments and save and return. And now once the students click this, it's going to take them into, They don't really have to navigate. They just go straight into the Chapter 1 homework assignments. Does that make sense?
Right.
So right there. See how it pulled up Chapter 1?
So all of 1 will be just like that.
Yeah, and honestly, you can do that with each one of these, but that would be a lot of work for you, to be honest. And if they have it, let's say you didn't want something, if you didn't want this abbreviations or anything, you can always hide that from the students.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So, and then we can re-show it and those sort of things.
Okay.
So, do you have any questions for me right now, or do you want to kind of go through, do you want me to link a Chapter 2 homework assignment and you can kind of walk me through what you think I would do and I'll just follow you?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So if we're going to go ahead and add all the Chapter 2 homework assignments, what would we do? What do you think?
Go to the MindTap Master Course.
Yep.
And then go to that. I'm like on it. Can you see my mouse too or no?
I cannot.
Oh, okay.
So is it
that's what I was
three dots?
over.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and then we would just copy the link, and then you have to have this come up. Mhm. And then what would we do?
And then go back out of this.
To Moodle.
Main page, yeah. And then click, is it add an activity?
You got it?
And then, was it, I forget, which one is it?
It's the external tool.
External tool, okay.
Yep. So and then we're going to go ahead and name it Chapter 2 homework assignments.
Paste it in the launch URL.
Yep. So there's 2 other things that we need to do before we can launch it.
Go to the launch container.
You got it? And that's new window.
And then was it show more?
We hit show more just to make sure this consumer key and shared secret are there. But the only other thing that you're going to have to do is do the privacy. Underneath privacy, uncheck mark the accept grades from tool. Okay. And then we save and return to the course. So literally now when we click this, it's going to take us to Chapter 2.
So, but if they click the initial MindTap that's at the top, they can see everything.
They can see everything. So to be honest, when we're linking into individual chapters, in my experience, I have been hiding this from the students, and that way the students are clicking on Chapter 1, getting to Chapter 1, clicking on Chapter 2, getting to Chapter 2. Does that make sense?
So the MindTap can just be there kind of for me to click to be able to view the Okay.
So what I do is I just hide it, and now it's grayed out, so that way you can still click on it, but the students don't have access to that. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
And the students can always navigate back out. If they needed to go here, they can go to, this is actually kind of nice for them. It goes by weeks. So week 2, they have all this to complete, those sort of things. And as you assign different homework assignments, they filter in here.
Okay. All right. So is there a time limit on the test?
I don't think so default,
online?
but you can put one. So if we click on, if you edit, so do you see, I clicked on the Cengage Now app. They call these apps on the right side. When I click on Cengage Now, what I do is I just go to Chapter 1 test and hit edit, assignment options. And I think there's a place that you can set a time limit. Yeah, so do you see where it says time allowed per take?
Mhm.
You can limit that to an hour, 2 hours, however long you want.
Okay.
So, and I will say, once you put a time limit on it, if the student has to log out or do anything like that, that time still runs.
Right. Okay.
So, and if you wanted to, do you typically put a time limit on the tests?
Yeah, I do, just because, I mean, it's online and it's medical terms. You can sit there and Google every word and get it.
How much time would you want to put, how much time do you typically put on them? Do you know?
Well, I guess if it's 75 questions, I would have to have, like maybe, Unless, can I change the amount of questions to like 50?
Yeah,
or
if
are they all 75?
well, I think by default they're all 75.
I don't know
but
if I should just kind of like keep things by default and see how it goes, or if I should try and.
If you can always change that. So if chapter 1 and chapter 2 you have the 75 questions, and then chapter 3 you're like, you know what, it's not working. The students are doing bad. They're trying to rush during the assignment. You can go in and you can change all that. So if we edit the assignment content, we can go through and exit all these, and if we wanted to, which is okay, which I'll go back in and we'll cancel this and we don't have to worry about it. But if we wanted to create a pool of questions out of the 75 and say 50 questions, create the pool, and now each student's going to get 50 out of the 75 questions, and hit done. Each student's going to get 50 out of the 75 questions, and the total score of the assignment is going to be 50. So did you see how I did that?
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'd be able to do it first time.
Which is like I said, if you need to do that, I'll be here, or Jason will be there to help you kind of do that question pool and change the test if we need to.
Okay. Wow.
So how are you feeling about this? Just, I mean, do you feel?
No, I mean, I think it'll be good. I just gotta get it done.
It's learning the systems and those sort of things.
Yeah.
Like I said, what I'll do.
Can I click a student view? Like, will I be able to see what they see, or what I see is what they see?
So literally what you see right here is what they see. All they do not have are these links and these options. So they don't have the hide icon or anything, or the edit icon. They don't have any of that. They just see, this is literally the student view with a couple of other different options for the instructors.
Okay. So once they get going, is the grades only going to be in MindTap, or once I do all the due dates, you said we can make it in Moodle? Will it automatically go to Moodle and update, or I'll have to input each person's grade?
Well, you won't have to input each person's grade. What you'll do is you'll export. You can export into a Moodle format, and then you can import it back into Moodle. So if we clicked on Moodle, we can export. Obviously, there's no students in the class, but we can export into points, because you said you use points. We can export out of Moodle or out of MindTap and import into Moodle. They don't have syncing grade books at this point, unfortunately, but that is coming.
Well, I just don't know if it's even required. I guess I've just never done it like this, but I know a lot of people have, so I don't know if they have to have grades in both.
Yeah.
You know, like our requirements on our end, but if it just has to be in MindTap, then there's no point in me duplicating it in two different places if it's already there, unless it's required.
Unless you have, like, you know, like you said, the discussion board, if you have participation points and those sort of things, I would imagine, to be honest, that you'll probably have to put it into Moodle, because that's been my experience in the past.
Okay. All right.
Do you have any other questions at this point that I might be able to help out with? Or do you just think that you might need to just kind of play around with it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to have to play with it and get used to it. My other question then is, if I'm teaching the seated, then is this the same as far as my seated? They'll have to have the online to be able to do assignments and tests, or?
I don't know how Jason had set it up. My assumption is that, yes, it'll probably be the same.
Because it's the same book, my seated and online. Yeah. I mean, it's, but I guess I just didn't know if I have like a test bank option to be able to give it to them seated with the test.
Yeah. So yeah, they do have excuse me, they do have test bank questions. If you wanted to give a seated exam, you can always go into the instructor resources and get an exam from the instructor resources. which that would be through the cengage.com/login.
And you did my username and password, right?
Yes, I did. So it was HA, and then it's
Wilhide
at waynecc.edu. Your password is welcome1, which I can send to you as well.
Welcome1.
And it has a capital W.
Oh, capital W.
So if we go to this instructor companion site, you can still pull the test banks from this and create your own test. And I can send you all these links as well.
Okay. Well, I just wonder how it looks when you pull up the test bank.
It comes up, it should come up in a Word document. It's just a second.
Okay.
Okay, that's probably not the right one. Okay, yeah, so this is the Microsoft Word one.
Okay.
So this is like Chapter 1, Chapter 2, test banks. If we click on these, I would imagine they come up into a Microsoft Word document. Okay, this is ExamView. So you can build your tests out of here if you've ever used ExamView before. Have you used ExamView? Do you know?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
So you can create an exam through here, or to be honest, I was just thinking about this, you could probably go in to the Chapter 1 homework assignment and print the test.
Oh, you can do it that way?
Yes, I do believe. So if we did print, you can do with the key. That I think this is going to be your easiest way. So you can do the assignment only.
Yeah, that's basically what I needed.
Yep.
Okay.
And you can shuffle the order. So I think that's going to be the easiest for you. So
I don't want to shuffle the order though for my seated because I'll just probably make one key and hand grade it.
Yeah. So what we'll do, all you have to do is hit that print button. You just click the See Now, hit the print, and then it'll come up with these parameters, and then you can just do it from there.
Okay. Technology, it's great. I've been doing it old school way for a while, which I've only been teaching for like 5 years, but everything that I've done it was from the instructor prior.
Yeah.
The course was built and take over, but this is like
yeah. So what
I'll and not have to grade every single thing.
So what I'll do for you is I'm going to send you a couple of things.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and get this video. I'm going to go ahead and upload for you on, like I said, probably YouTube, and I'll just send you that link.
Okay.
And then I'm going to send you a couple of documents, how to use MindTap through Moodle. And then if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to reach out because I'm more than happy to help, and I know Jason's more than happy to help, and we can help you out from there.
Okay. Now, my other question is we have to do the OST 149 course.
Okay. So you guys aren't using this same thing for the OST 149. I don't know if it's just the text. I'm not sure.
It's the law, liability, and ethics.
Yeah. So I actually went to the Wayne Community College bookstore because I was curious because I didn't know if you guys were doing the same thing. That is that course in particular,
Uh-huh.
because I had looked to see if you guys were using MindTap or anything with that. It is not. It's not anything on our end except for the text, I guess. So what I can do is I'll go ahead and upload that book for you. It's the flight one, correct? Is this correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to upload this for you.
So this isn't ran like the midterm class.
It is not ran like the midterm one, no.
Okay.
So these are going to be the book resources that you can access through the Cengage. I just uploaded this for you. So I'm going to send you all that information, but these are going to be, they already have the exams pre-done for you.
Okay.
And these are also all the instructor resources for that book.
So I'm going to have to download all of that and then upload it in Moodle, like by module.
I would say yes.
Okay.
So
do I have to, how do you upload the whole exam and the test key and, to have it within Moodle then?
So what I'm wondering is if Jason might be able to send you, let me look at one thing. Because I can see if there's an instructor resource CD-ROM available for it. Hold on just a second for me.
I have an instructor's manual, but I don't have a CD.
Okay.
But the
Let me see if
manual
there
is just
one.
basically, the assignment with the answer key. It's not.
So I do see an instructor resource CD-ROM for that. So that'll come, all these resources will come on a disk that you can upload into Moodle. So you don't have to download and then upload. You just put in the CD, and then you can upload from the CD.
Okay.
So I'll be sure to get one.
I just found it.
Oh, you do?
Yep, I do. It was underneath both the books. Sorry.
No problem. So you'll be able to just plug that CD in and upload the resources into Moodle. Mhm.
Okay. All right. Can do that. All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna try and build my first class.
Okay.
And I'm going to.
And just to let you know, I am here all day. So if you run into any roadblocks or anything, I believe you have my number through the emails that I've sent.
Yeah.
So feel free to give me a call if you run into any problems or any roadblocks.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
So like I said, I'm going to be sending you over probably, I have a call here in just a minute, but I will be sending over some links probably before this afternoon, I would say. And I'll send you over the links. I'll send you over some instructor guides and those sort of things. And then I'll send the link for this video as well.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yep, that works.
All right. Well, Haley, I really appreciate it. Like I said, if you need anything at all, please let me know, and I'll be more than happy to help, okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.